Shy boy sings Hotel California, judges left in tears instantly. The auditorium was buzzing with excitement, but in the far corner, a boy sat with his head down, clutching an old, scratched guitar. His name was Ethan, a 17-year-old from a small town who had never stood on a stage before. While other contestants walked proudly with designer clothes and flashy confidence, Ethan wore a faded hoodie and jeans that looked too big for him. The judges had already whispered among themselves, exchanging doubtful looks when they saw his trembling hands. To them, he looked too nervous, too shy to carry the weight of the stage. When Ethan's name was called, the spotlight found him, and he froze like a deer caught in headlights. The crowd chuckled softly. One of the judges leaned to another and whispered, "This one might not last 30 seconds. Ethan heard it. His chest tightened, his throat dry. For a moment, he wanted to run back, to disappear into the shadows where he had always lived. But then, he remembered the reason he was there. His father, his best friend, was a truck driver who used to sing Hotel California every night on long hauls, teaching Ethan how to strum chords under the stars. But 2 months earlier, his father had passed away from a sudden heart attack. The grief was unbearable, yet in the silence of that loss, Ethan found the courage to honor him. He had promised at the funeral, whispering at the coffin, "One day, Dad, I'll play our song in front of the world." Tonight was that day. He took a shaky breath, adjusted the microphone, and began to play the opening chords. At first, the guitar sounded fragile, like it might break under the weight of his fear. But then, his voice, soft, haunting, and pure, rose above the strings. The room grew still. Conversation stopped. Even the judges who moments before had doubted him now leaned forward, stunned by the raw emotion pouring out of a boy who looked like he could barely speak. By the time he reached the first chorus, the melody carried something deeper than music. It carried grief, love, and a longing so profound it felt as if the whole room could feel his father's absence. The audience was no longer watching a shy boy, they were witnessing a soul opening itself on stage. One judge, known for her sharp critiques, pressed her hand to her mouth, tears pooling in her eyes. Another simply closed his notebook, whispering, "My God, this is real." Then came the bridge, Ethan's favorite part, the one his father used to sing with a grin while drumming on the steering wheel. Ethan closed his eyes, and for a moment, it was as if he wasn't alone on stage. He could almost hear his dad harmonizing beside him. The music swelled, his voice cracked but didn't falter, and suddenly, the crowd rose to their feet, clapping, crying, cheering. Ethan finished the final chord, and silence hung in the air like a prayer. A single tear rolled down his cheek as he whispered, "That was for you, Dad." The auditorium erupted into thunderous applause. People who had never met him cheered as though they had known his struggle all their lives. The judges stood, wiping tears, giving him the first unanimous standing ovation of the night. The same judge who doubted him leaned into her microphone and said, voice trembling, "Ethan, you didn't just sing. You reminded us all why music exists. It's not about perfection, it's about heart. And yours is unforgettable." What no one knew was that Ethan almost didn't have the money to come. His mother had worked double shifts at the diner just to buy him a bus ticket and repair the guitar's broken string. When he returned backstage, she was waiting with open arms, sobbing as she whispered, "Your dad would be so proud." Ethan hugged her tightly, feeling, for the first time since the funeral, like he had kept his promise. That night, clips of his performance flooded social media. Within hours, millions watched the shy boy who sang his heart out, and strangers from all over the world wrote messages, "You gave me hope, your song helped me heal, your dad is smiling in heaven." Ethan hadn't just changed his life, he had unknowingly touched countless others who carried invisible grief. The judges' tears, the crowd's roar, and the millions of views weren't what mattered most to him. What mattered was the quiet moment after, when he sat in the empty auditorium, guitar on his lap, whispering into the silence, "We did it, Dad. We really did." And in that stillness, he felt it, the kind of peace that only comes when love and courage meet.